You know, when it was being filmed, they spent a lot of money here. That production company, you'd see them out about town, you know, spending money.
The quickest hombre this side of the Pecos, that's Bronco Billy.
On Tuesday this week, we told you about the anniversary of the premiere of Bronco Billy this week in 1980. The Western was filmed all over the Treasure Valley over 2 months in the fall of 1979. June 11th, 1980, the Treasure Valley hit the silver screen. Clint Eastwood wasn't the only familiar face on screen. There were more than 1,500 Idaho locals cast in Bronco Billy. And a lot of you had some great stories to share about your Hollywood moment. Like Carolyn in Caldwell, who said she was in the carnival scene with a bunch of her co-workers. She could never find herself in the movie, but she got some great pictures with Clint Eastwood. And Gabe Boonen in Meridian worked for a local bank that helped the production company open some accounts for the production and helped Bronco Billy's finance team with all the expenses. Gay was also in the carnival scene and paid $25 to play games and enjoy the rides. Couldn't see themselves in the movie, but what a fun time. And those were just 2 stories that were great. And there were 2 more of those that we saw and we wanted to find out more about. So we went straight to the source. Idahoans from across the valley staked their claim to fame in 1979 when Clint Eastwood's Bronco Billy rolled into town for extended filming. More than 1,500 locals appeared as extras on the film set, but some got up close and personal.
Being at the bank that's downtown Meridian, it's basically, you know, it's the community hub of the city. You know, everybody that did anything in Meridian knew where Farmers and Merchants was.
Mike Myers and his family were around the filming for weeks.
That was a cool time. That was a cool. Things were a lot simpler back in the 80s. Just, there was no internet, you know.
Yeah. Bronco Billy! In terms of the many scenes filmed in the valley, there is a Myers family favorite.
All right, everybody up against the wall.
The best part of the movie is my mom get thrown across the bank. When they first say, this is a stick up, you see my mom go, like that. Oh, that was her iconic face. That was when she was teaching me how to drive at 14 years old, but there's a sound that goes with it too. When she makes that face, it's like that. She makes that noise when she, and so that was, the funny thing was, well, at least they got my mom doing what she does all the time.
It was a short scene, but it left a mark.
She did have a bruise on where they grabbed her, on her wrist. I remember that.
Brett Titmus got to work closely on set with the cast and crew, a unique perspective many didn't get. He found himself working the kitchen.
I was making myself a breakfast burrito one morning because I was hungry, and Clint comes up to the window and he looks at me and he says, "What are you making?" And I says, "Just a breakfast burrito." "What's that?" "Can you make me one?" And I said, "Sure." And he come on in the trailer and he sat there watching me make it.
Breakfast burritos became the daily bond between a 24-year-old Brett and a big screen star.
He's just another guy. He was always smiling, always happy, willing to help you out, doing anything. And he just always, you know, he kept asking me, "When are you going to be on my show? When are you going to?" "I don't have time. I'm too busy fixing stuff." And he finally got me into a couple scenes.
So what to talk about with the rising actor, destined for greatness?
Just normal everyday stuff. All we did was talk about, you know, what happened the day before, or what was going to go on for the next day, and his life and how it's been being an actor, and the struggles that he'd gone through, and same thing with me, the struggles of my short life.
As filming finalized in fall of '79, Clint Eastwood had a special thank you for the breakfast burrito boy.
He gave me his personal script
with a personalized message to match.
"Brett, your food is great and you've been a good friend. I'll stay in touch. Your friend, Clint Eastwood." That was his script. He folded that, rolled that up, threw it around. That was his script. He's putting on his embroidered Western shirt. It's black and white with fringe on the sleeves.
Brett has a unique window into the movie. He can see who really stuck to the script.
Yeah, when I've watched the movie at times, I'll sit there and I'll pull this out and I'll just go, okay, let's start this out right. So.
For Brett, Mike, and a whole generation of Idahoans, Bronco Billy will always hold a special place.
All 3 of us, my brother and sister, all 3 of us have the clip on our phone. So it's because it's like, you know, what a better way to think of your mom, you know?
Thanks, Clint. That's cool. And I'll hold on to that for a long time. And 45 years, I've held on to it.
If for some reason you're looking for something to do this weekend and you would like to stream Bronco Billy, it is available on places like Amazon Prime, YouTube, Google Play, Apple TV, and Fandango. You can rent it for a few bucks.